As the sun came up in the morning, we saw some of the things we failed to hit on our way up. But no worries, Katie is tough enough to bounce off most of them. We cast off with the first of the flood and let the incoming tide sweep us up the Erne, bouncing and scraping our way along the riverbed. This little stretch of water, the Erne, is the jewel in the crown of Scottish East Coast rivers. We spent an utterly magical morning drifting up this sparkling little waterway towards the bridge at the top. I count my blessings for the day I found Jill. Her father was in the Navy, so she came fully trained in all things nautical. How to hold a course, row a dinghy, cook in a tiny space, drive a Land Rover, tow a big trailer, and she also seems perfectly accepting of a husband who disappears on a boat for weeks or months on end. What more could I ask for? Drifting on a calm summer's day up a new-to-me estuary, on a tide with a bit of spring about it, is one of my real pleasures. Katie's 1-foot draft with her centre plate up and rudder almost raised, there aren't many underwater obstructions that can do us much damage. I rely on the incoming current to sweep us inland, using a bit of genoa to keep us out of the shallows and away from the mast-snagging overhanging trees. If I fail with the sail, then I apply a few strokes with the paddle to get her pointing towards the deeper water and the best of the current. The Erne meanders in every direction of the compass, so the gentle wind is all over the shop. If she starts running backwards, then that's all part of the fun, as long as the plate and rudder are kept clear of the heavily bouldered riverbed. There ahead, close under the outside of the bend, you can see where the incoming tide is changing the surface of the water. After an hour or two of this cruising nirvana, I start to get a real feel for this enchanting little river. It is along these semi-tidal stretches of the Tay system that pure, peaty fresh water from the mountains and glens of Scotland meets, mingles and then blends with the crystal clear northern latitude salt-laden seawater that comes surging up here with every tide. It is here to this shallow rocky riverbed where the brackish semi-salted yet still clear water is always gently on the move that the salmon come. They linger for days on the down current side of the boulders, moving only when the tide turns and only then to hang around the other side of the same boulder. These semi-pelagic sea fish have to undertake the ticklishly challenging physiological trick of transitioning from wide-ranging saltwater fish to one that can exist in the shallow, confined, freshwater tinkling streams of Scotland, where they come to spawn. This is where the rich blokes, who are willing to pay up to £5,000 a rod, will try to tempt the all but comatose salmon, who are not a bit interested in eating, to snatch at cunningly contrived artificial flies made of bird feather, ocelot hair and verdigris. And finally to the Bridge of Erne. I would have liked to have spent more time on the Erne and the Tay, gone further up in the dinghy. Maybe another day, another year, another life. I apologise for the unseemly rush, but the Scottish summer sailing season for full crouching room trailer sailors is one of long days, but horribly short warm months. The Murray and Cromarty Firths were beckoning me to come and see them before the autumn started to arrive, and I would be towing Katie back to Suffolk for the coming winter, and, unless things turn out differently, for the foreseeable future. Thanks for watching the films. If you found them entertaining, then please consider chucking something in the Digital Buskers Cup.